Hot like 100. Hello.
Loading, strapped with the lyrics like I'm bowling. Keep pushing on, keep rolling. I don't wanna listen, but I told him one more time, your favorite.
Oh my God, was I on mute this whole time? All right. Let's start again. Don't worry, I'll run it back. Listen, yeah. First of all, welcome to Truth is Truth, my third episode, people, yeah. Today we're going to be talking about two subjects, yeah. One, Mason Greenwood, and that other guy, Maguire, yeah. What are we going to do with these two players? Well, first of all, I want to discuss a couple of things that have been in the media recently about Mason Greenwood. And to be fair, some came out just today surrounding the story about Mason Greenwood, saying that the 21-year-old has been suspended since January last year after his arrest for and sexual assault. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Maguire has been said that he's going to propose 30 million deal has been called off. So these two subjects have really taken my interest this week, if I'm being honest with you. Now, look, the Maguire subject is one that we're going to wait till the end for. But let's start on Mason Greenwood, because you know what? This guy's been in the media this week and a lot of people have been talking about the situation. Only today it was said that he's going to be coming back to the team following obviously the announcement that came out yesterday. Now, about this, I've spoken about before on the first show, my very first show that we spoke situation and him returning to the team. Now, I've always felt that I didn't want him to return because of the situation and because I heard it live. I've heard a lot of people comment on, when I say a lot of people, I've heard a lot of other content creators comment on how they feel about the situation. It's made me think, you know, some people said back your team, some people said they don't want him in the club anymore. But the way I feel is you've got to take a perspective on this. And I've taken a lot of people's perspective on this when I've been thinking about the situation. At first, if you go back to my first video, you'll see what I said. I don't want him here. Straight up and down. I'm not going to lie. I did not want this guy here at all. Yeah. Because of what I saw and how comments came out. But I feel like that really affected how I perceive things when it comes to Mason Greenwood. Yeah. Somebody said recently that you should think of it as a family member, because it's your family. That's the one that you support, yeah? So if I actually think about it as a family member, someone that I care about, someone that I want to do well in life, yeah, would I be so quick to dismiss him? These are the questions I really want to ask you guys today, because when it comes to Mason Greenwood, it feels like he's been judged early from the things that we've seen. What if he's actually remorseful? What if he does want to make amends? What if he wants to see if he can become a better person from the things he's done? Does he not deserve another chance? He's only young. Let's not forget, how young he actually is. Like, we all know that he came through our academy. He was in our club since 7 years old. Like, there must be a family feel there around the whole team, especially the ones that came up with him. I mean, like the Rashfords and the other guys that have been there through the academy must feel a certain way towards him. Like, they probably don't feel like they want him out the club that as easy as we do. Yeah. When you think about it, I think that us as a fan base, we're pushing, well, some of us as a fan base, because I know a lot of people that say they want Mason Greenwood to remain a part of the club. But it was only today I was speaking to someone and they made me realize that I don't think I would treat a family member the same way that I'm treating Mason Greenwood right now if they was up for the same kind of charges. Yeah. Would I be trying to tell him that, you know what? Would I take him under my arm and say, yo, bro, what are you doing? What you're doing is wrong. Fix up. Or would I be like, I'm done with you? Now listen, There's certain family members, you know what? It depends on what kind of distant family members we're talking about. But if that was my actual brother, let's be real, innit? I'm not disowning him. I'm not disowning him straight away. I'm gonna be bringing his. I'm gonna try and bring his mentality up to where it should be. Where I'm saying is right now that obviously Mason needs a bit of time, needs a bit of education, needs a bit of training when it comes to like being a better person. And I'm not gonna I'm not dismissing what we saw, yeah, because what we saw, what we all saw was someone that was definitely out of control, very possessive, and someone who maybe going through some things that he might not even understand himself. Now, look, I probably need a little bit of help on these comments as well. I mean, these subjects as well. So you know what? Today, guys, I've got a very well-known friend of all of yours. I'm about to bring him in. You guys should all know him. His name is Botswana Pappy. Give him a big up, everybody.
What's good, brother?
What's good, bro? Do you know what? I'm talking about something right now that I don't know if I can handle by myself, to be honest. Yeah, I've been speaking about it for the last, I don't even know what, 10 minutes or so. But
Yeah.
honestly, I spoke to you on my first show, bro. And you know what? Yeah, you told me exactly in your first sentence, bro. You told me get that
nigga out my damn club.
Exactly. Yeah, right. That was
Yes.
your response. But do you feel any different today? After what I've said, do you feel any different? Yeah, because you know what? I've been thinking about it recently, and I literally spoke to someone just today, and I was putting my view forward, saying that you know what, nah, he shouldn't be here. You know, I even said that it sends the wrong message if your club is saying that if you're a big enough star, basically you can get away with anything. That's kind of what it feels like. Yeah. If you're a big enough star, if you're doing enough things for our club, well, just reply that. You get me, fam. Just don't talk about that. Don't watch that. Don't watch that. That send out a wrong message. That sends out, this is what I was thinking. This is what I was saying to someone else earlier today, right? That must send out a wrong message, right? To just the whole world about how your club operates. Because that feels like basically, if you're good enough, we will just have no morals. But taking the perspective of KG, yeah, which me and you both watch, we know this, yeah? Right. KG said, if it's your family member, are you not going to back him to the end? I know he wasn't talking about the funny thing was he wasn't talking about Mason. He was talking about someone else. But it made me think about Mason when he said that. Yeah, he was talking about Mount. Yeah, another Mason.
Yeah, the other Mason, ironically, but yeah,
right. So, he was talking about Mount, but back your family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was listening closely to when I was speaking earlier, but would you really say that about your family member if there was in this kind of situation? Would you not be that person saying to them, look, you've got off lightly here, yeah? Because what we heard is what we heard, but you need to be a better person. You need to fix up. You need to make sure that next time we see you out there, you're doing your best performance. And do you know what? Other than that, apart from that, push yourself as a good person. Paint yourself as someone that wants to be a better person. I mean, would you not be saying this to your own family member if it was him in the same kind of situation?
Short answer on truth is truth. Of course, if it's my family member, you treat it differently. The whole thing is what all this brings up is the question of empathy. And it's like that's what you're talking about. It's like how much can one empathize with Greenwood? How much can one empathize with, but it's also more than just like empathy for Greenwood. It's empathy for even fans that say look at this just like on a very singular level and say I just want a football player to play his football, and then I look for morals and lessons elsewhere. The football is entertainment for me, and I just, it's not it's not a new thing where a player plays when they have legal issues. There's Arsenal that has players that are playing football while they're on bail. But anyway, so it's like the empathy level of everyone comes into question, and how and who do you empathize with speaks something about you as a person and where you are, especially with the subject matter. Because at the same time, as what you were saying is, think about it as a family member, borrowing from, the KG, empathizing with the negative online abuse that Mason Mount was already facing, but that's for a totally different situation. But with the Greenwood story, it's a very, very, very delicate and tricky and triggering topic that you have to also, as a fan, still empathize with people that it is triggering to. Even if you don't care about the situation at all, you have to also think about that situation as well. That's so I'm more on the sense that, like, it speaks volumes about you, how you feel about this topic, and whatever it is, like, your perspective and your relationship towards domestic abuse, towards sexual abuse, towards relationships, and what this whole scenario represents. Because what you said at the beginning is very important. It's bigger than Mason Greenwood and the victim involved. It's like, what does it mean to all the other people out there that are, watching this?
What does it mean to me and you? You know what I mean? What does it mean to me and you? This is a perspective that we have to take as well, because we are fans of this club. Yeah, me and you are both fans of this club. Yeah?
Yes.
And
yes.
we
Way
know
before Greenwood was born. Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, I'm saying we're fans of the
I'm
club before Greenwood ever came into the picture.
I'm a big age fan. Yeah, I am before Greenwood was born. Yeah.
Yes.
But let me tell you this. Yeah. Can you see this comment that's up here right now? It's actually a very interesting comment to speak on this subject. Can you see it?
Yes. It's from Lars. How would you perceive it if Greenwood suddenly became an activist against domestic abuse? He could have used his status and story to become a better person. He could bring light to the topic. He could be a beacon of hope for people that are in situations where they're being abused by their partner. He can be
would people just call that spin, fam?
Say that again?
Just call that spin? Would people just call that spin, innit? Because at the end of the day, we all know what we heard and we all know what we saw.
Because Eddie, because the facts are the facts. Like when you look at the fact that say, for example, I like to quote this stat that's very important from Melissa Reddy, saying that 1.7 million women, are domestic abuse victims in the UK last year, and but the charges in just 1.9% of 67,169 rape cases in 2022. So it takes 7 attempts on average before a woman finally leaves an abusive partner. And these things like risks of serious assault, death, highest for a woman after she leaves. So this is like something that, like, facts that are already there. And when you also look at the situation on a bit, go ahead.
Sorry, I said these are the stone cold facts, bro.
These are the stone cold facts. Yeah. And
that's the truth. Yeah. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, sorry to interrupt you again, but you know what, when it comes down to it, do we just accept the fact that, Mason didn't get convicted, he didn't get these things brought to court, so let him back in the team? I know I'm playing both sides here right now, because I had a discussion earlier today that's really brought this to my mind, right? And it's like, I don't know which way. I'm literally on the fence with Mason Greenwood now. Before I was hard in the camp of get him out my club, go away, I don't care. Yeah, you make no sense. If you did that to my sister, man, I'll beat you up, innit? Yeah, man, I'll do something to you. I don't care, right? Real talk. the truth. Truth is
Yeah.
truth. I would do something to you if you did that to my family. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the shoe was on the other foot and he was my family and he did that to someone else, I would cuss him out. I would pull him to one side. I'd be like, what are you doing with your life? Yeah. Are you out of your brain? But I would still back him to try to be a better person, especially if it depends on how he's approaching the situation, if you know what I mean, innit? Yeah. It really
Yeah.
depends on how he's approaching the situation. Yeah.
True.
Honestly.
Yeah, no, you honestly would want everybody to be better from this, right? You'd want him to be better. You want the victim to be. You actually want the best for that child together. So it's like, the other thing is like, as you said, when you talked about it just like a few seconds ago, you made me think of even the victim's father. I do not want to call her name just to respect her identity. But the victim's father, like, she, he, like the fact that like he's able to sort of like try and work something and try and see a little bit of a silver lining, or Greenwood becoming a better person, or becoming a better father to his grandchild, like it speaks
that only
volumes.
happened after we started supporting him. That only happened after it started supporting him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's almost, you know what? I don't want to say certain things. I know this is truth and everything, yeah, but I don't want to get cancelled either. I only just started.
I mean, Eddie, tell the truth, man. Speak the truth. Truth is truth. Go ahead. Yeah, but
anyway, bro, look, on the realest note, yeah, it almost feels like they did that so that they could get it squashed. Yeah, get her pregnant now. Yeah, get it squashed. Make it sure that everybody sees that you two are happy together. You guys are planning having a baby anyway, right? Have a baby. Go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that dad was involved in that decision. I think it's more them. It's a more of a situation where it's
that is a waste, man.
I look at
waste, man.
Get out of here, man.
No. I think that's Brush saying to the dad, waste man, get out of here, man. But I think
the dad is a waste man. Yeah, no, he's a waste man, fam. Yeah, and it's true. No, it's true, because you know what? I don't care how much money somebody's making. I don't care how big he's gonna be. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anybody to my daughter in that way, speak to my daughter in that way. But anyway,
I reckon that while speculating, while we're on the speculative wave, I reckon the baby is a consequence of like her, forgiving him, and then they reconcile, and it's like the next step for that relationship, and it's just like happening, like. Say that again.
All of a sudden, we're not using a condom no more.
You know what I mean? It's literally like, it's either they were going to come together or really, be far apart. So, that's the no, but we're speculating. Not that it's our place to speculate. I'm doing a bit if anyone beats up my dog. Yeah, that's the thing that I was gonna draw at. It's just like the father did not like lay his hands on Greenwood, which is like we didn't see blue eye Greenwood, and like that's a question. That's a question on him as a dad. Is like, bruh, you know what? But at the same time, he chose a different route, and that's his prerogative,
That's his prerogative. But the funny thing is, right?
Yeah.
This is, once again, let's get back to the fact of, all right, this is our feelings. Yeah, we're getting into our feelings about how we would react if this situation actually happened to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, forget about if it's us once again. Yeah, because we ain't in it. Me and you, we ain't in the situation.
Thankfully.
We ain't doing nothing like that, right? Thankfully, I ain't doing nothing like that, fam, ever. I ain't no thanking nothing in this. Yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, if you have some sort of whacked out family member that is doing some madness like this, what are you saying to them? How are you handling this? Like, let's be real. I'm not going to spend too much time on this subject because I want to get into someone else, But how would you handle this situation? Approaching, say it's your brother. You got any brothers and sisters, bots?
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm from a big family. I'm the
Big
seventh
family, right?
child.
Right. Let
Yeah.
me ask something. Your closest brother got
Hmm?
accused of doing this. What are you doing? You
Obviously,
find
after
out that he was in a, when he comes to you, he goes, oh, but fam, I I I don't know where my head was at. Yeah, I've been like this for a while. Like, I
yeah.
need help. Yeah, and I swear to God, that's not me. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what would you be like? Your real close brother. Think about it. Don't think about it's me, or think about it's
Yeah,
real.
I tell him, Bots brother, listen, Bots brother, you need to seek some major help. We need to get you some serious education. We need to make sure that like you also seek therapy. We will be the efforts will be towards reforming him and trying to help him become a better person because ultimately that's what he should become. You want people people make mistakes and you want people to learn from those mistakes and everybody makes all kinds of mistakes, but Greenwood's mistake is in the limelight, and it's like one of those things where you have to try and want the best rehabilitation and reconciliation and
You always
moving
want the
forward.
best for your fam, right? You always want the
Say
best
that
for your
again.
family.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And that's how I feel. You know what the thing is, right? Look, I hear Lars, I hear your point, bro. Yeah. But I don't know if I could tell them that. Honestly, I don't know if you have any real brothers and sisters, right, close to you that's been messed
Mm.
up or done some mad things. But I do. Yeah. And you know what? It's not that easy to let them go, Lars. I can't lie. I can't lie. I can't lie.
Blood is
Yeah.
blood,
Honestly.
fam.
It's really not that easy to let people go, fam. Yeah, especially your blood family. Yeah, it's easy to let other people go. Don't get me wrong. That's why we was talking about Mason Greenwood like this in the first place. Go away.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But
yeah,
when I really deep it, like some of these players have come up with him through the academy. I mean,
yeah.
Mason and Rashford ain't that far apart in age. Yeah,
No, 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 no. They're not.
they must have
They're
seen
not.
each other in the academy. It must have been like, that's my little bro. Imagine when he broke through to the first team. It must have been like, oh, fam,
Yeah.
yes, you made it. You get me. You came to the first team. All that kind of talk, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Joe, our speculation is also based on the fact that we are working with the evidence that was out in the public and the Man United statement, like more than just once, twice it infers that we have partial evidence and there's a supposition that Richard Arnold and John Murto and them, the investigation has led them to have more evidence than we have in the general public. So there is that too. There's more than just one suggestion that that's the case, and so we're out here, making our judgments and our speculations based on the little pieces that we have. So,
That's also very true. And you know what? Like you said, we ain't got all the evidence that Man United have in it. Yeah. And but even with that said, like I said, I've taken it into deeper thought in it rather than my first reaction. I've taken it into a little bit of deeper thought. And from my first video, my third video, I've already
yeah,
changed my mind. Yeah. It's only been a
yeah,
space of 3 weeks. Yeah.
yeah,
So let's be real. You know what? Look, imagine how much is going to change over the next 6 months. Yeah. Over him playing the whole season. Over him,
Ooh,
hopefully, if he's going to
bro,
be here and be part of the team scoring 15 to
Joe.
20 next season.
Joe, there are some people that are so morally fickle that if Greenwood gets the golden boot and Haaland doesn't, they'll be like, I'm searching my perspective. Everybody, it's just like everybody's moral stance comes into question with this, where some people are so fickle that if he flops, they'll go the other way, be like, nah, I never really wanted him in the first place because they'll join the protest. It's so interesting how everybody's empathy level comes into question, as we said earlier on, and so forth. People were
Change
all.
real quick.
I can see it, says Lil Yo Yo. Yes.
It's true. It's true. That's why I had to put it up there straight away. It's true. And you know what? I can already see it. Even me, like he scored the first goal, I'm gonna be like, boo. He scored the second
Yeah.
goal, I'm gonna be like, And then you're looking over there at your brethren that was already supporting him, already cheering him, yeah, and you're like,
They'll
Then
be
the
like,
third
what's
goal,
that? If he scores a bicycle kick, we'll be like, okay, against Man City. And
you
you're
know what?
like,
Yeah, the third goal, you try not to celebrate. You'll be like, oh yeah,
oh.
yeah. But then it's
but but then what we, round of 16, we're through in the Champions League, brother, because of Greenwood. Like that's gonna, you know what I mean? It's we people are so fickle,
it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's true, man. And you know what? I can't lie to you. Yeah, how can you not be? You know what it is? Yeah, it's once
Yeah.
again. Even if it was, take it back to being a family member. I know I keep bringing it back to this point, yeah. But when you're a team, it is like having family members in it, yeah. It's like you grow to be like brothers or cousins or whatever. You feel that way. You guys are integrated most times of the year than
Yeah.
with your actual family, yeah. So you must
Yeah.
get close to people, yeah. So with that being said, now, yeah, a lot of them must not say miss him, but want him to do well. And probably
Of
want
course.
him to get over the, and you know what? They all have media speculation around them as well. You know, Rashford's had it, Maguire's had it, like Luke Shaw's had it. They've all had it. Bruno's had it. Pogba, everybody's had it, right? When you're at Man United, you get scrutiny. It's simple, yeah. But
It's facts.
you know what? That's why it's almost like they probably feel like a tight knit group. But we got to look after our own, yeah. And I can't lie, it does make you think, like, do we just look after him once he's back in the team? Yeah, we all wanted him out, but once he's back in the team, is he now going to be looked after? Should we look after him?
Should
That's the question. Should we look after him?
Should we look after him? Like, this
Say that again, sorry. Yeah.
This important TV presenter, Rachel Riley. She says she will not be able to continue supporting Man United. If the club keeps Mason Greenwood. So it's like one example of somebody there'll be like split divisions and split opinions and and I don't know how long they'll last because there were. Say that again.
Said, you see what you just said about Rachel Riley? Yeah. Read this comment right here. You get me?
Big up, brothers. I've always said if he returns to the team, I'm gone. The truth is truth. 100. Truth is truth. At the end of the day, everybody deserves to feel how they feel about this, because this is, everybody's opinion. I think, we're all allowed to have opinions about this, and because it's all now in the court of public opinion. So, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, my point where I was getting at, Joe, was the divisions and more. Rachel Riley is number one, but there's going to be another second personality, a third person, a fourth, like, bigger personality than Rachel Riley, who's going to, get in that vibe as well. So what does that mean? Are Man United ready for all that? Are they going to back him all the way, even and weather the storm? Because they will all eventually, at the end of the day, there's a momentum that protests have. Like, we all were against the World Cup in Qatar until we saw Vinicius outside the foot. Richarlison, we were like, hold on. I know the migrant workers are not being treated right, but did you see that? And then all of a sudden,
yeah, talk about sports washing, fam. They just sports washing.
Exactly, Joe.
Once a player starts doing well for you, a lot of people forget the shit that happens. A lot of people do. And I will too, if I'm being honest, yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's going to get down to the fact of, well, she's still with him, so why do we give a shit? Yeah, that's what will happen.
True.
That's what will happen. Even though what you started talking about at the beginning of the show was how many people in domestic abusive situations stay with that abuser. Do you know what I mean? And the facts are there. A lot of people, and this is why in this country, and I don't know about any other country, that police sometimes have the power to override if you're going to press charges or not, because they know sometimes in abusive relationships do not usually act on those don't usually convict people of their actions and usually end up going back to their partners and just being abused again and staying in abusive relationships. And you know what? Especially, you know what's funny about this situation? Not funny, sorry. You know what's concerning about the situation? Because it's already been in the public eye. Yeah. He will know to keep certain things on lock now, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Definitely. And that's a worrying situation. Because I'll tell you this, yeah, because last thing I'm gonna say about this guy, you can say whatever you want after this, Pops. But I'll tell you this. If it was my family, my boy, my friend, anything, yeah, I would be like, bro, you messed up this time. And I might have forgiven you and I might have taken you back in my heart. And you know what? I want you to do well. But I swear to God, if you mess up one more time and if anything, even if a sniff of anything comes out about you, we're done. Because I can't keep back on a subject that I don't agree with. Do you get what I mean? Because if it was my brother, I'd be like, bro, you pushed it to the point of where either I'm gonna punch you up or come out my face. Just how I'm saying to you, yeah. Either move from me, or I just gotta disown you. It's literally that. It's literally that.
I hear you, Eddie. The other thing is there's also the situation that Man United. Well, there were reports first that like Richard Arnold was about to record a video and explain to the decision making, and that made me think, well, there's probably going to be a moment where there's a Greenwood video from Manchester United to try and make us, see him as a father, see him as a, the human being that he's now evolved to become, and like, so my question is like, it's more or less of a, I'm wondering what that is going to look like. What the video of Greenwood, is he going to address the things and say like, well, this and there was all whatever, I have no idea what it's going to entail, but I can only wonder. And, there has to be a decision from the board to try and make it to make the connection, because we can't just pretend like we didn't hear anything. We can't just move on and be like, he's gonna. With the next time we see him is in a press match conference with Ten Hag before we play PSG.
You know what I am waiting for? The first time he steps onto the pitch, what kind of songs are we gonna hear? Oh Jesus, they're gonna be disgusting. When I say the songs that we're gonna hear, bro, they're gonna have to like mute the TV.
Yeah.
So that little kids don't hear what they're singing. Yeah, it's gonna be mad. When I tell you, fam, mad. Yeah. Remember I told you that. Yeah? It's gonna be mad.
Best thing really seems like for everybody, Joe, honestly speaking, is that, a loan move, and then from there, like, we speak afterwards. After the loan move and assess things from there, I don't think like we're inviting toxicity, and divisions that we do not need, to a project that's unified and improving and going somewhere.
Truth is truth, bro. I fully agree. You know what? Let's stop talking about this guy now. He's probably coming back, man. He's probably coming back. Let's fit. What?
You think he's coming back?
Bro, I read an article today that said earlier that he's gonna come back. Basically, I don't want to, I don't want to press on nothing because my computer will f up with this damn StreamYard thing, yeah. But I'm not gonna press no buttons. But I read something earlier that said that basically he's coming back next week. Yeah, next week
on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna say nothing about it because every time I try to speak on things early, I'll usually get it wrong, because the next thing I'm going to talk about, right, and it's actually a perfect way to go through next, right, because the next guy I'm going to talk about, right, I kind of had like a leaving party and he ain't left. Dickhead, yeah. Harry Maguire. I won't leave my club, fam. Yeah. Oh my God. Why would he? Please tell me. Please tell me. Oh, Jesus. I'm so done with this guy, fam. Yeah. Like,
Mm.
honestly, does he not have any ambition, fam? Does he not have any ambition? This is the question I need to ask you people. Anybody in the chat, yeah? How do you feel about Maguire staying, yeah? Because you know what? First things first, yeah? I understand that we might owe you some peas, yeah? Or I will not confess to be a contract expert or nothing, yeah? But I do understand this. If a person is got years left, yeah, and he's also taken a pay cut to go to another club, yeah, that guy would want his money paid to him that you're going to owe him for going to the other club and taking a pay cut. I do get that. Yeah. That is something that is going to have to be discussed. But, bro, how old is Harry Maguire now? 31? He's 31, right? Yeah.
I believe, yeah, around there.
Now, you're 31, bro. You ain't got much days left in your legs. You're not Cristiano Ronaldo.
30.
You're
He's
not
30.
Leo.
He's 30. He's
He's
30.
30. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's 31 soon. Yeah. Either way, bro. Yeah. You ain't got much time left as a footballer in your position, especially because you ain't that quick in the first place. Yeah. Now, I don't want to be rude to you. I don't want to be sounding like I'm taking a piss. Yeah. But Maguire, but a lot of people in the club don't want you here. And I think you know that. Yeah. So, look, pay cut or not, you know what? You might be taking like a Frankie de Jong position on this and saying that, listen, I'm owed money. I ain't going nowhere until I've got that money. And I kind of understand that to a point. But for me, if I haven't got that much years left in me, and I know that I want to play for England, you know, for the next Euros, for the next World Cup, I want to be fit. I want to be ready. I want to be ready to go. I want to be available. I want to be someone that Southgate wants to pick. Yeah. You ain't going to get that if you stay at Man United. 100%. You are not getting that. Yeah. Because you ain't playing in front of Lissandro Martinez. You ain't playing in front of Varane. You're not. You know what? I would doubt if you're even playing in front of Bailly, even though we want to get rid of him. That's what I'm saying to you, yeah? Honestly, bro, yeah, you are not getting played, yeah?
Yes.
Just go. That's my honest feelings. How do you feel about it, bro?
I honestly feel like the way he looks at it, it's not really not a lack of ambition. I think he looks at it as like the line is not really that long. I know on paper it looks long for Maguire to get on the pitch, but here's the thing: Varane is made of glass a little bit. You know that by match day 8, there's probably going to be something with Rafael Varane. And I'm not saying this like in a way that I'm wishing that on him, but I'm just saying Harry Maguire is looking at the facts. Funker! Like Harry Maguire is looking at the facts and being like, Martinez is gonna get a cup, is gonna accumulate yellow cards, and then you're gonna get a spot by like match day 10. If Martinez, starts every single game, he's gonna get a yellow card, a couple of yellow cards. Match day 15, you should have gotten it into Martinez's spot. So Maguire does not, and definitely your presence there, you know that you're the first pick for all the other cup competitions, so you kind of can unreasonably think that I do have a chance to play and still showcase my ability, because it doesn't take that long.
You're a liar. You're a liar. No,
that's what I'm empathizing. We're talking about empathy earlier on. I'm empathizing and really trying to visualize it from Maguire's perspective. And the line is not that long. It's not that long.
What do you mean the line is not that long, bro? Let's lift the players who's in front of him, fam. Yeah?
Varane is gonna have an injury. Maguire knows that. He's been told that by his team.
So I'm gonna play Luke Shaw. Do we not just buy Johnny Evans? Why would we buy Johnny Evans if you think we're going to play Maguire, fam? It doesn't make no sense. We brought Johnny Evans back to our team, bro.
If Johnny Evans gets the full contract, I don't know yet. Has it actually been like bro, has he signed the full contract?
Back onto the training pitch, would you not be like, as Maguire, I'm gone? Johnny Evans, who left how many years before me, has come back to this club. For what? He was no legend. He wasn't no legend
True.
of the club. He was a good player, yeah, but he wasn't no legend, yeah. Now he's back because guess what? We need defensive reinforcements because you, Maguire, you are a concern every time you step on the pitch. You understand me?
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. It's like, you have to read the room if you're Maguire. You have to read the room and look around and be like, for me it always boils down to go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
That's very true. Very true. I like that statement.
Yeah, and Maguire is just clinging on to something that he shouldn't. He should.
What about if you're not even tolerated though, bro? Yeah. You know what? Yeah? I'm not gonna push myself up into white people's spaces if they don't want me there. Do you understand?
But
Yeah? I'm
but
not
to
gonna push.
debunk
This is how I'm
Joe,
not wanted. You do not leave.
Joe, to debunk your Johnny Evans story is that Johnny Evans was not in the substitute list when we're playing Wolves. So Maguire is definitely ahead of Johnny Evans.
Maybe because they just want to showcase his skills, so somebody will buy his ass and go. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, how about that? Yeah. Somebody just take this guy, blood. See, why is no one taking this guy? Jesus. Oh. You know what? Yeah, I tell you what. Right now, last week I had a celebration saying Maguire's leaving, and literally 1 week later, I'm sitting here thinking, is he really gonna stay? Like, do I have to deal with him for another season, bro? Oh, you know what? Whatever. If he stays, I'm not gonna be like KG and say, "Oh, I'm back in my fam," because you know what? We've all had situations, and we've spoken about Mason. Yeah, he's getting his second chance. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Maguire's had first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Go. Yeah, I ain't waiting for you no more, blood. Remember how people's going on about Pogba? Oh, he'll come good. If you get someone next to. Why am I giving Maguire time, fam? I've seen him next to 3 or 4 people already, and he does the same thing. Takes out his own players, scores own goals, and just causes me heartache. That's all he does. Yeah, that's all he does, bro.
I hear you, but Joe, if the transfer window closes and Maguire is still a Man United player,
I apologize.
I have to back him.
I will not back him.
I have to back him because he wears a red shirt. Like any player that dons that shirt, and the transfer window is closed, I have to be a positive ally and send positive energy to them.
Hold on,
and I'm not gonna boo him.
No. 1 second, actually. When we started my first ever show, you said, get Mason Greenwood out of here. Why have you got so much patience for Maguire, though, blood? Answer me, why do you have so much patience for Maguire?
No, I said, hear my words right. I said if the transfer window closes and he's still a Man United player, you have to get behind him and try and help him pick up his career because,
Nah. Listen, he's been here infecting my club for too long. I don't know what kind of clause he's got contract here. His contract must be mad. When I say mad, must
real mad.
Mad fam, yeah, because he's had until Ten Hag stepped into the club and said, I don't understand English, I don't care what your contract says. right? So for me, it's like he's got something in his contract that says that he's got some sort of power. And obviously, it baffles me to the fact before he came, he wasn't dropped. Even with Ralph, he wasn't dropped. But maybe it's because we didn't have anybody. Because as soon as Varane and Martinez come in, dropped. Straight up and down, dropped. Yeah. So maybe it was a case of what we did. Yeah. Maybe it's a case of what we needed versus the fact of him staying in the team, innit? Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. He should see what's in the comments real quick. Lil Yo-Yo says CM Punk. What up, CM? CM in the building. Oh, I just saw that. I know, Brush. I feel like I've been away for a minute. Need to catch up for sure. CM, brother, big up to you, man. Steffi,
Yes, nice to see
GCKG.
you.
Yeah, you go ahead, read the comments. I mean, I was just on a roll.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead, bro. Roll. You're used to this. I ain't used to this yet. Go. do
Yeah,
your
I
thing.
literally just got in a roll. I thought I was on my channel.
Do it. You're my co-host. You're my
Steffi,
co-host. Go.
Rush says, Steph, did you see KG's IG the other day? What's on KG's IG? This fool really drove to the gym and went back home because he didn't have his Apple Watch to track calories. Said it's phantom workout without evidence. KG, get out of here, man. Oh, Lord.
James
That's
also
too
give us
funny.
some messages out to Steffi Jensen vibes and Yo. So saying hello to everybody. Listen, people, do you know what? I tell you what, we're getting close to the end of the show right now, but thanks for staying here with us. Yeah, it's been an interesting show to say the least. Yeah, because I didn't think I was actually going to go for this long, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, but emotions came out to say the least. Yeah,
Truth is
about
truth,
this.
man.
It's truth, bro. So you know what? Yeah. Thanks again. Please like, share, subscribe, and please join me for the next one. I'll be here next week. Sorry, I was a little bit late this week, people. I was here at 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. But next week, I'm going to try and stay scheduled at 10 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're never on time. Yeah, you're the one, bro. You're rubbing up on me, blood. Yeah. But, I'll tell you what, yeah, guys, thank you again for joining me, and big up, love, and hope you join me next time. 10 o'clock, Thursdays, every time. Drop me a bomb, fam. Drop me. Love people. We out.